Did you know what was going to happen whenever you got onto Jeopardy? Did you know that you were going to have a very successful run, or were you just hoping to get a win? Let's see how it is. It's going to be a fun experience.
You know, I knew that my trivia chops were good, but the buzzer is such a huge element, and I practiced my buzzing before I went on, but I wasn't really sure until I got there that this would be the winning buzzer approach, and, you know, I feel kind of lucky that it was.
So what did you do? Did you study Trebek's cadence and just kind of catch his rhythm? And then, because your buzzer doesn't work until he's completely finished reading the question, the clue, am I correct?
Yes, so you can't see it at home, but they have kind of a border of lights around the board that's activate whenever the buzzer system is turned on. And they give you like half an hour to practice before the show, but you know, you can't do it from home, obviously. So at home, you know, you can practice with like a clicker pen or something like that and try to time Alex's cadence, but you really only get that half hour. You actually see the lights and see how fast you can react to them.
Okay, so the light comes on, and as soon as it's like almost in a drag race or in Mario Kart when it's like 3, 2, and you got to hit it right after the 2 to get the speed burst at the beginning. It's kind of like that where a light hits up, and that's when you can hit it?
You don't get the 3-second countdown, but yeah, other than that, you know, I know playing a lot of video games I think is helpful in me timing, pressing a button, and I think some other champions have said this in the past too. So I said playing Guitar Hero was more important than any other studying I did.
You being a professional sports gambler, how much has that helped you in the ability to go ahead and just say, hey, this is fun coupons right now. It's not real money until we get it at the end. It's fun coupons. Let's go ahead and invest it and risk it. Has that helped out as immensely as well, I assume?
Yeah, that's a great metaphor you just used. You know, I think I say like game pieces or poker chips or something like that. But yeah, it's nothing unless you win the tournament. You don't get to cash it in for anything. And I think the attitude of, oh, this is 10,000 chips I'm betting, not $10,000, it is helpful. And also, you know, I've been in situations where I lost that kind of money before, and I just bounced back and went back to work. You know, I don't know if everyone can do that, but
how do you feel about people? There's some haters out there. I don't know how. I'm going to let you know. As a diehard Jeopardy fan and a bit of a meathead, I don't understand how anybody can hate what you're done. You go on to game shows attempting to win the most possible money that is available, and that's what you're doing. But there's some of these other people who are either contestants of Jeopardy or people that you have beat that say that you're rigging the game and that you're only daily double hunting. And if you are, why is that a problem, and is that what you're doing?
Well, you know, I don't think it's a problem, but I'm not a traditionalist. You know, I go into sports betting. I don't worry about what everyone else in the line is doing. You know, I find the edge, and I tried my best to work with it, you know, and I'm not doing anything that's outside the rules of Jeopardy. Maybe you could argue it's outside the spirit, I guess, but they've laid out the rules. They know about people. They know that people can come in and do things like this, and they've decided that it's a more fun game this way. And really, you know, there are plenty of haters, but viewership is still way up. So
I love that promo right there. I think it's in the spirit of the game. I mean, that is the spirit of the game. The daily double. Trebek used to get so excited whenever somebody would say true daily double, and nobody would ever do it. Like, that was what Trebek was always looking for. Now you're a guy that's doing it. I think you are the spirit of Jeopardy. I think those people should go fuck themselves.
Okay.
I'll say it. You don't have to. How do they record it? Is it daily recording, or they lump up in the front of the week and then you kind of got a week off?
They do 2 taping days a week. They're back-to-back days, usually Tuesday and Wednesday, and they do 5 episodes a day. So they're taping basically 2 weeks worth of episodes each taping week.
Okay, you're in good spirits, so congratulations. I don't want to give away anything. No spoilers.
No, they're done taping for the season already now, so even if I'm still going, I won't be back in the studio till July.
Okay, so this is your second speed bump that you're going to have to run into. That Teacher's Week, were you scared that was going to interrupt your flow, or was that a time for you to go home, reset with the wife, and get some more clothes?
They actually taped the episodes out of order, so the episodes that are airing now were taped, I think, a few weeks before the teachers' tournament happened, so did not interrupt the flow.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I think it's kind of funny because I think they normally schedule these tournaments for Sweeps Week to get some nice ratings for their ads.
Right, yeah.
I think I read the ratings fell 25% or something.
Everybody was frustrated that Teachers Week came, and normally it's like the junior is a big one, the teenager and the college one's big, because it looks like one of us is up there, right? And by one of us, I mean me, who's somebody who, if I get one right, if I beat you, by the way, I've beaten you one time. I want to let you know that. I don't know about the timing, but I've beaten you one time in your run, and I've never felt smarter in my entire life. I ran around my house. I felt so good. The buzzer is everything, huh? There was a guy on the other night that was so mad at you. He was almost breaking the buzzer because he couldn't get in before you. The buzzer is the kind of the X factor in this whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, everyone who's on the stage has passed 2 difficult tests to get on there. They all know the answers to most of the questions, and, you know, sometimes you just can't get in. It's got to be frustrating.
Shout out to Guitar Hero, man. Shout out to Guitar Hero. Because you're so calm, cool, and collected, too. It's just down there right underneath the thing, just kind of hanging out. Whenever you go out for Jeopardy, I assume you think it's only a 1 or 2 day trip because that's the norm. How do you take your family with you, or do they kind of move out once you're a week into this thing? Or well, I guess you're only recording on 2 separate days, so it's only a couple weeks in there. But how does it all happen? Do you prepare for a 2 day thing and then it turns into this, or what was the whole mentality going out?
So there's a few things to get at here, I guess. When I first went out there, I knew I was only doing the second taping day of that week, so I knew that was only a 1 day trip. I just booked that by myself. And then, you know, I had to come back the next week, and I went by myself for that. But they actually pay for your airfare.
First class?
A returning champion. Steerage, no. So they book you a ticket that's like comes out the night before the taping, and then you leave the night of the first day, and then they would have to cancel that ticket, get me a new one for after the second day of taping, and that continued for a few weeks after that. The third week I went to taping, I finally brought my wife and one of my friends. You know, one of the problems is I can't just bring my wife and ever be in the audience because someone's got to take care of the 4-year-old, and we don't know anyone in LA well enough to just commit to babysitting at that point. So my friend and my wife did a trade-off. They taped 3 episodes in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, and they traded the kid at halftime.
Are you a coffee guy? Energy drink guy?
I like Coke Zero, but no, the taste of coffee is horrible for me. So yeah, that was a challenge. You know, I could have used a little more pep than I had up there, I think.
How do you come up with the clever ways to write your name down there? Hockey stick was a good one. Hey, hockey stick was a good one, by the way. Topical, too, with the NHL playoffs. I thought that was very clever, especially if you're taping in advance. I mean, that's thinking ahead, good foresight. Obviously, you're Jeopardy genius, James. You're going to do that. But how do you come up with – are you getting bored with the things you got to do for your name down there?
So my initial plan was to draw the first letter of a metal band logo into one of the letters of my name every episode, but I ran out about 7 episodes in, kind of wing it from there. I would not say there's a ton of thought that goes into some of these things. There was one day where I wrote my name kind of like in the font of the Jeopardy logo, and I actually got in trouble because I was writing something down during the production meeting, and they thought I don't even know what, but you can't act like you're taking notes on something during that. Everything has to be above board.
Those things that are separating you and the person next to you, to your left, obviously, you've been there a long time. Those don't seem tall enough for somebody if they want to cheat and look at your answer. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, but I feel like if the camera's always on you, it's going to pick up if you're doing this. You know?
Have you been paid yet, or does that come at the end when you lose?
They give you a check allegedly 4 months after your last episode airs. So,
Allegedly.
I have to lose eventually or I don't get paid.
Wow. Hey, they need to fly you first class, too. What you've done for Jeopardy is first class, man. It's awesome. Is Trebek a cool guy? Has he become a big fan of yours?
You don't spend a ton of time with him because these quiz show scandals they had back in the 50s, they want everything to avoid any appearance of impropriety now. But, I think if you look at him in the interviews, he's genuinely kind of in awe of what's going on the show. And I don't know, I think it's cool to see him coming out and saying that.